It's a long weekend, boys!
Hello, my name's Bailey. I don't know why my arm's in the air. Maybe because it's a party in here. And this is a reading vlog for the long weekend, like I just said. Today's Thursday and I just finished my last class of the day, and tomorrow I don't have school, and I don't have school on Monday, ergo it's a long weekend, and I'm gonna try and go hard in the reading this weekend. Oh, my air conditioning just turned on. Woohoo. Okay. I'm so distracted right now by a lot of things, but mostly because of this gigantic fucking mountain of a pimple on my forehead right now. But you know what? Us hormonal, acne-prone teens need representation too, and I'm here for you. We're struggling. So, like, logically, I should probably use this weekend to get ahead on schoolwork because I'm a little bit behind. But at this point, like, coronavirus is ending the world. Who gives a shit about school? Let's just read. That's the logic of today. Let me talk about my reading plans for this weekend because they're a tad ambitious, but at the same time, they're not ambitious. What I'm actively reading at the moment is The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakavic. This is a young adult, but I'd say new adult book that follows Neil. He's our main character. And this sports team of troubled youths, and they play this game called Exie. It's a made-up game, and like I'm over halfway through this book, and I could not tell you a single thing about how Exie is played. Like, I do know they hold large lacrosse sticks and there's a ball, but that's it. They've explained it multiple times and they've described the game, but I have no idea how it's played, so like, don't ask me. But it follows Neil. He joins this team. He's kind of got this like troubled past that he's kind of trying to keep a secret. This book has been labeled problematic, and I see why. There's a lot of triggers, a lot of fucked up shit, but I love it. I love this book so much right now. Like, I think I'd give it 4 stars. It's not giving me the 5-star feeling, but I'm super loving this right now. So here's my thing about problematic books. As long as the book isn't condoning problematic actions, I don't see it as a problem, to be honest. Also, like, reading vanilla fluffy stories that are all happy-go-lucky gets boring as hell, okay? Like, I want to read some gritty fucked up shit. I'm loving it. That's my explanation of why I love this book. It's angsty, it's over the top and melodramatic, but it's wonderful at the same time. So yeah, I'm over halfway through this and living my best life. So that's the first thing on the agenda. Second is I need to start and finish Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas before the end of the month. And if I could do it this weekend, that'd be pretty solid, you know? Like, I'm trying to annotate it this time because this is my second read of this book because I've read up to Empire of Storms and I just like never continued the series. So I'm rereading it with a squad of people and I need to read this month. But the thing is, this book is boring. I'm sorry. The rest of the series gets a little bit more exciting, to be honest, but this book, when you've read the rest of it, like, you know this book has nothing to do with anything else, and it all takes place in like Celaena's bedroom. So it's like I don't really care, and I'm trying to annotate it because it's my second time around, which takes a while, and I don't have the energy for it. But like, logically, if I read like 100 pages a day over these 4 days, I can finish this book because it's like a 400-page book. But I don't really want to read it. But we have to. We've made a commitment. If you don't know what these books are about, it follows Celaena Sardathian. She's an assassin. She goes to prison. Prince Dorian comes and he's like, "Hey girl, do you want to come out of prison?" She's like,
Yeah, I kind of do.
and then he offers her the chance to be his champion in this competition to become the king's assassin and serve as the king's assassin for like 5 years. And she takes the deal or whatever, and woohoo, it's like a competition. This book's a competition for her to win her freedom in a sense, but then the whole series just devolved from there. And I like these books when I first read them, but when I look back on them, I don't love them for a few reasons, but we'll go through them as I read the books, you know? So yeah, this is the priority after finishing this. So our priorities go finish this today, read this over the weekend, and then if I'm feeling like a good student, I'll read the 4 chapters in The Great Gatsby that I'm behind on. So that's the plan, Stan. I kind of hate this clip. I'm so done talking right now because the more I speak, the worse this clip gets, so like, bye. I'm sad. So I was slipping through this book to see exactly how many pages there is in this book. Stop saying this book, Bailey. And I was slipping and I just kind of like caught the last line. And I hate when that happens because even though it's not like a full spoiler, it's like, fuck. Now I'm sad. Like, I just read the last line of this book and I'm mad at myself. Why did you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? I'm so pissed. But there's no but. It's just depression. Y'all, I had reading plans, but then I forgot that Friday, aka today, is the 15th of May. And that means that the final and 5th season of She-Ra is out on Netflix, which means that all I'm doing today is watching season 5 of She-Ra. If I don't get Cachadora, and if I'm really praying some Entrapped Act too, I'm gonna be pissed. But we've been standing Cachadora since the beginning. If I don't get my sapphic content, I will cry. I'm probably gonna cry anyway, but I'm gonna cry even harder. It's 1:01 a.m. So She-Ra season 5 should be out on Netflix. And I don't think I'm ready. Like, girl, I love this show so much. Oh my god, I just got a text. It's there. Oh, it's there. You know, I don't know, a lot of people have watched it, but like, if you know, you know. If Cachadora does not become canon by the end of this season, I don't know what there is left to live for, because they're all that I live for currently, and if I don't have an Entrapped Act reunion, I'll riot. I'm stressed. Like, 2018 me did not know I would be crying in the club before the season even was dropped. Literally, like, 15 minutes ago, I was crying on the phone with my friend in preparation for the season, so I'm stressed, but I'm gonna check. Is it there? Is it there? Also, if you haven't watched this show, sorry for this clip and the clips before, because, you know, you don't know anything about the show, but, watch it. That's all the advice I can give to you, but I'm about to embark on an adventure. I don't watch TV shows because I don't like the commitment. I don't like having to watch final seasons. Oh, I'm stressed. Okay, let's check. Is it there? Oh my fucking god, it's there, isn't it? It's there. Oh my gosh. My fucking god. Oh my fucking god. I think I might be depressed. And I don't want to depress you by saying that. I think it's true. That's been my day. Kind of discovered that. I spent the whole day in bed until now. And I was just kind of thinking the whole time. I think I might be depressed. So that's an interesting development. Hello. So I've had like the worst fucking day. Just when you think it can't get worse, I spilled water on my bookshelf and ruined about 9 books. And I'm just like, you know, all day I've been hanging in there. And it's just like, what's the point? Hello, my name is Bailey, and here is my 2-step guide to trying to fix books that you've spilt water on. It's 2 quick and easy steps, very easy to follow along with. 1, you take your blow dryer, and then you shoot up a quick prayer to Jesus, hoping that these books will recover. As you can see, not much is happening, meaning I'm probably gonna have to be here for like hours, because I have a bunch more books here on the ground waiting for my attention. So wow, my dudes, I look like a feral cat right now. So it's been a while. My long weekend plans didn't go according to plan because mental health problems. I just became super down. Couldn't get out of bed, to be honest. I was sleeping like the whole day away, read nothing. So that was pretty rough. But I'm back. We're trying again. I'm still not in that big a mood of doing anything, to be honest. Like, I just want to sleep, but kind of have to be a tiny bit productive. I legitimately have 49 pages left of this book and just haven't finished it yet. So hopefully I can finish that today, even though like I'm super behind in school, so I should probably be reading this. But I just finished reading what I think is the climactic scene, or like a part of the climax where we're actually playing a game of Exie. By the way, I still don't really know how Exie is played, and Exie is based in lacrosse. Like, it's basically like just slightly changed lacrosse, and lacrosse is the national sport of Canada, and I'm Canadian, and I still have no clue how Exie is played. I thought reading a game going on would like make more sense to me. It doesn't, but I feel like if you play lacrosse or have any knowledge of any kind of like team sports or like court sports, it would probably make sense, because there's a lot of terminology that I think I've heard before in passing, but I'm just not a court sport, team sport person. I've never experienced those kind of sports in an actual, like, training sense, so I still have no idea how the game is played. But one thing I am absolutely loving about this book, and this author is doing really, really well, or did really, really well in that action scene, is make you feel for the characters. Like, I was super hyped reading the sports scene with actually playing the game. Like, you feel like you're in it and your heart's racing and you kind of get into it, and I really, really love that. Like, it's really exciting to read the actual scenes where they're playing Axie. And there wasn't many actual, like, there's only one game in this book, unless there's another one in the next 49 pages, but I really doubt that. But I hope we see a lot more in the coming books, because I think that is probably the biggest plus of this book, because it was just written so well. And even though, like, I don't know how the game is played, if I did understand, like, you weren't confused in what was happening in the moment, you know? Like, I don't know how the game is played, but I knew where all the backliners were, or where all the characters were at a time, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but I really, really liked that scene. It was really exhilarating, and it was amazing, honestly. And I'm still at, like, a 4 to 5 stars with this book. It got a little bit dry at times, and I heard a lot of people say this was super boring. I don't agree. I don't think it's super boring. I think there's a lot of setting up of things, but maybe not enough, because, like, what is Exie? But that could just be me being stupid. Okay, Dan is one of my favorite characters. I really, really love her. She's the captain of the Exie team, which is another side note. I like that Exie is a co-ed sport, and there's, like, girls on the team as well. I don't know, that's just a random detail that I really, really enjoyed, because there's just these equally problematic and crazy women playing the sport and being super aggressive, and I really enjoyed them. But Dan is the captain of the team, and she's just such a bad bitch. She's such a good person, while also being very, very outspoken in a sense, and, like, standing up to Andrew, who is the resident psychopath of the team. Even though, also, a little tangent into Andrew for a second, I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, it's mentioned in this book, like, constantly, that he takes medication for some mental disorder, that, like, if he doesn't on his medication for too long, he'll, like, snap and he might kill us all. But I'm like, what is this disorder? It doesn't really label it. Like, what's the disorder that we're treating? I don't know, but he's often not on his medication, and he has not killed anyone yet. I don't know, there's a lot of very crazy behavior. A lot of things that, like, aren't really explained in that sense, but I'm just like, I don't care. I'm enjoying it for, like, the angst fest it is. Like, it's like teen drama perfection, and it's angsty, and I'm really enjoying it because it really isn't pulling punches, and I really enjoy that sometimes. I really want to finish this today because, like, I've been reading it for too long. And, yeah, I haven't started anything else. I'm reading The Great Gatsby. I don't give a shit about The Great Gatsby. That's why I'm, like, 4 chapters behind in school. My LA teacher, if you're watching this, stop watching me. Don't do it. But also, like, I'm sorry. I don't not give a shit about your class. I just don't give a shit about life right now. You know, your class kind of fits under the branch of a life, so it's not you, it's me. But yeah, I just need to finish this. I'm a dip, try and read and be productive, do what a booktuber should do, which is read and give myself content. Hey people, I'm being unproductive anyway, so I'm like, might as well vlog a little clip here. I was gonna go get a Slurpee. By the way, I'm in my car because I want to finish the Foxhole Court, which is on my passenger side seat right there. I'll just pick it up. Boom. And the reason I'm in the car is because I was like, oh, if you don't have Wi-Fi, a bitch can't watch YouTube instead of reading. But then I just decided to sit in my driveway where I can still connect to the Wi-Fi and watch YouTube in the car. So this didn't work. But now I think I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven because I actually drove to 7-Eleven twice. Sat in the parking lot for a few minutes, got stressed, didn't get my Slurpee, then drove back to the driveway. Now I want to go back and actually get that Slurpee so I can have a Slurpee and read my book. But now it's too awkward because the same white Nissan has pulled up to the same 7-Eleven now 3 times in a row. So, I don't know. I get myself in these situations where I get stressed out a couple times and then I go back. I don't even have social anxiety. So I don't even know why I was stressed. I think it was because it was raining. But then logically, to get to the car, I had to walk in the rain. So I don't know why walking in the rain again stress me. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. But I'm gonna go back, maybe get a Slurpee, have a good time. So I'm back at my house. I did leave. I know you can't really tell, but I did leave. I have come back. I got a Slurpee. I achieved a goal, thankfully. I don't usually do that. Oh my gosh, I just realized I'm an angsty, depressed teen who drinks at least one Slurpee a day. Call me JD from Heather's because I'm freezing my brain. So now that I have my Slurpee, I'm gonna try and read at least, I don't know what I'm doing right now, sorry. I'm gonna try and read at least a bit of the Foxhole Court. Ideally finish it, but at least read a little bit is what we're after here. Oh my gosh, okay, so I have not read a single 5-star book all this year until this boy. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I fucking loved it. It was angsty, it was fucked up, it was dramatic, and even like after we had like the climax of the book in the last 50 pages, I thought it was gonna like cool down. No, bitch. More shit kept happening. It was so exciting. I know like we don't have much development of the characters and like the relationships yet, but you can see the foundations of the found family that they are, and I cannot wait to read more of their story. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it in more detail later when I've like collected myself, but I have not read a 5-star in so long. You know that 5-star feeling after you read a 5-star book and all you want to do is just talk about it and scream out your feelings? That's what I'm feeling right now. And conveniently today, The Raven King showed up on my doorstep, so I really want to start reading that, but I have to start Throne of Glass, and I have to get caught up on The Great Gatsby, so I can't start it, but like, this book was so fucking good. I love Neil, I love so many of the characters, and like, at the end, like, in the last 10 pages, this like super shocking thing to me happened, and I was like, this author ain't pulling punches. Oh my god, it was so intense, and like, you think it's just like a book about sports when you go into it, but like there's gangs and there's drugs and there's just angsty, fucked up teens / young adults, and I loved it so much, and I cannot wait to continue the series. I'm definitely going to be doing a video on this book, so expect that at some point. I need to write out notes for it before I do it, because for like review videos or like talking about specific book videos, I need notes, or else I'm gonna just ramble like I'm rambling right now. But dude, I loved it. I loved it. Like, this is not high art or high literature, but it was so much fucking fun, and I'm so glad I finally read a 5-star. I've read 26 books, including this one this year, and the fact that it took that long to find a 5-star is kind of sad, and I was kind of getting down. Like, I thought I would never read a 5-star again, but this guy came, and she did that. She did that. Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. Oh my god, I need to collect myself. I'm not collected. Here's what's up, y'all. We all know at this point, this vlog's a mess. I keep dipping out for days on end. It's just not working. But, I'm gonna still post it because it's got some content in it, so I don't know, you can't fight me. Also, I've edited most of the footage already, so I'm not gonna like waste my past self's time, you know? Also, little anecdote from today and the past. So for context, I like to go outside looking crusty, dusty, musty sometimes because I'm fucking lazy. And like 2 years ago, I think, I was looking crusty, wearing like a hoodie I'd been wearing for like 4 days, slides, sweatpants, and like no makeup, barefaced, ugly as fuck, hadn't brushed my hair, went to the grocery store with my mom, and then ended up seeing somebody from my past, and having to talk to him, and it was really, really, really fucking embarrassing because I'm just like, all I can think about is how fucking disgusting I look right now. So I was trying to push that out of my mind, you know, and now it's quarantine, so I'm just like not really getting dressed a lot, like looking nice. So I went to the grocery store with my mom, wearing like these hot pink leggings and a maroon hoodie, and hadn't brushed my hair. My face was just like bare, and I ran into a guy from my past, a guy that I used to really like and still kind of like, and then I ran into him looking disgusting, and then in an attempt to like will myself to fall into the floor, like just will the floor to open up and eat me so I don't have to have this conversation, I started acting weird because I was like, maybe if I act like I don't want to talk, he will go away, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense, you're acting like such a dumbass. And so I really fucked over that social interaction, but we were texting, so it's all cool. blew that one over. But because of that, I was like actually crying. I was really upset that like I just humiliated myself. So I did my makeup and I look fucking fly right now, dude. Like, she looks cute. Let's talk about reading. I didn't ever talk about the Foxhole Court again. 5 out of 5 stars. I just loved it. I love the characters. They were all so troubled and fucked up, but I like that about them. And also, like, the story itself, like, it's problematic in some elements, but, you know, sometimes I get sick of the vanilla bullshit. It's boring after a while to just read the same cookie-cutter vanilla, happy-go-lucky, it's all sunshine and rainbows, romance or contemporary. This stuff, like, it went gritty. There was a lot of, like, questionable content, but it made it exciting. The sports scenes were so much fun, like I said, exhilarating. You really felt like you were on the court with them, like these underdog characters, and it was really, like, the sport is aggressive, and you kind of get into it, so I really love that about it. So that's like a quick wrap up of all of that. In the days I haven't been talking to you, I read 2 books. I listened to Wilder Girls by Rory Power. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. I'm not going to talk about my feelings about it, but I will tell you that. I'll talk about it more in my wrap-up. And I also listened to One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus. I'm trying to talk quickly. That's the sequel to One of Us is Lying. I gave it 3 stars, just like the first book. It was okay. Not miraculous. I've got some qualms with it, but it's alright. It's okay. Again, I'll talk about those more in depth in my wrap-up. So currently reading... I'm 5 pages into Throne of Glass. Clearly I'm making a lot of good progress, and I need to finish this by the end of the month, and I have like, what, 6 days to do that? So hopefully that happens, and I have to finish reading this by tomorrow, and I'm on page 100 out of 180. So I need to start moving on this. But I'm actually liking this a lot more now that I've like started actively reading it again. Nick is basically Gatsby's wingman. If you don't know about this book, I will give you a description now, even though I have never really given a description of it, and I don't like giving descriptions of classics, but you know what? It's your lucky day. So this book's narrator is Nick Carraway, who moves into a house next to Mr. J. Gatsby, and across from where they live, so they live on West Egg. I don't know why it's called that. I don't know. And then this woman and this man, so this woman's name is Daisy and this guy's name is Tom. They're married. They live on East Egg. So like there's a body of water between them, but they can see across. Makes sense? And turns out Gatsby has been pining over Daisy for years and years over their lost love. And it's about Nick helping Gatsby get back together with Daisy, or like kind of reunite with Daisy, and it's Nick kind of getting involved in these people's lives, and I'm actually really enjoying it. After the beginning, it becomes a lot more manageable to read, and like there's a lot of wit in there, and it's actually enjoyable to read for me right now. My favorite character is Jordan. Jordan Baker is a queen. She's a confident bitch, and I love it. She's like, I was having a class discussion with my peers, and they all hated her because they thought she was overconfident and rude. I'm like, you wouldn't be saying that if it was a guy. Like, come on. She is confident in herself and self-assured, and she's my queen, and she's the best character in the book. I love Jordan Baker. This is a Jordan Baker stan account right here. So yeah, I need to finish that today if I want to pass the quiz tomorrow, and I really need to get on this after I finish this, but I'm also behind in school, because like, what else is new? So I gotta go text this guy, because he just texted me, and I want to get on that. That sounded gross. Social distancing, please. But I don't know what is with me, because like I kind of like him, but also every other romantic relationship I've had has crashed and burned hard, and I kind of hate relationships. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but he was my crush when I was like 10 and 11 years old, so maybe it's destiny. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Bye. So I finished The Great Gatsby like 2 days ago, so I'm a little behind here. And I have a written assignment to do on it for school, so it just never ends, to be honest. But yeah, I finished this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really liked it. I almost wanted to bump it to a 5, and if I reread it, there's a big chance that I would bump it to a 5. But I'm gonna leave it at 4 for now. I honestly really, really love this story. Jordan Baker is my favorite character. She's a strong, independent woman, and we love her. And the end nearly made me cry. Like, something that was really depressing for me is that I had never been spoiled for this book before reading it until the day before I was going to read it. I mentioned to an acquaintance of mine that I was going to be reading it for class, and she just spoiled the ending for me, which was really, really frustrating. So, yeah, that was really annoying before I read it, but despite that, I still was almost in tears at the end, because it's so heartbreaking, the end of this book. And it legitimately hurt my soul. I don't know, I really like this, surprisingly. I'd probably call this my favorite classic, even though I've, like, technically only read 3. I would say 4. It's my favorite, so I liked it. Also, I would like to say, because even though I like this, I feel like people have the audacity to comment things. If you're one of those people, and they're typically, like, old, middle-aged dudes who have nothing else to do, who like to tell people they don't understand classics or the true meaning, fuck you, because I've spent hours in class analyzing this book, so I'm pretty sure I understand it. Okay? Thank you. So yeah, I have an assignment to do on this book, so I need to get on that. I'm being really irresponsible, honestly, right now, but I finished this. This is the first book I've, like, read on my own for class and actually finished, so is this a new me that's going to be responsible? Oh, there's my foot. Hi. Maybe I'm responsible now. I really doubt it. But I'm still only at 6 pages into Throne of Glass, and there's 3 days left of the month, and I need to read it, and there's 400 pages in that book, so I'm thinking I'm a little fucked, but I might have to do, like, a 24-hour readathon sort of thing right at the end to try and pull that through. But I don't know, dude. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try.